Hello, everyone. Earlier today, CBS Morning Show has announced that Harry and Megxie are going to be on the CBS Morning Show this Sunday, which happens to be, I believe, the 4th of August. Now, the 4th of August is also Megxie's birthday, so keep that in mind. They are going to be trying to engineer something. There's a little clip that's come out, and they're talking about online safety and online harms. Way back in the day, when I first started reading on Harry and Megxie, I predicted in 2019 that they would leave the royal family in 2020, that they'd blame the British press, that they'd blame the British people, and that they'd blame the internet. And we are at the internet part of this whole kind of scale. So what are they trying to achieve here with going on this CBS morning show? What are we going to expect? What is their motivation? We're going to use the cards I usually use. I'm using the Garbage Pail Kids for Harry. I'm using Megxie's deck, the Barbara Walker Tarot. We are going to use 2 Celtic cross spreads. I'm going to look in Harry's energy around this interview, and I'm going to look into Megxie's energy around this interview. That's what I'm going to do. So if you're new here, please subscribe. Everyone else, if you can share this about, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for being here. Let's start with Harry's interview. They've also been announced today that they're going to Colombia in November. I told you as well, prediction confirmed and all that stuff, that they were going to be doing a lot of travel. This is another part of their travel for 2024. Colombia has lots of travel advisories from the UK government. Basically, don't travel there unless it's essential. Don't go on holiday and all that kind of stuff. I don't know a lot about the Central American and South American continent. I don't know a lot about. I just don't know a lot about that stuff, and that's my ignorance. And I can only go off what's on the travel advisories. So don't go. Of course, Colombia is famous as well for the narcotics trade, if you will. I shared a tweet or an X post by Richard Eden earlier today, and he was quite sassy. He's basically saying Harry's been quite acquainted with some of Colombia's produce since his teenage years, which was quite funny. Anyway, back to the CBS morning show. We'll have a look. So it's airing on Sunday, 4th of August, which is incidentally Megxie's birthday as well. Let's have a look into Harry's energy about this. So I'm using a Celtic cross spread, and I'll use a Celtic cross spread for Megxie, and then we'll pull together all of the energies at the end of the reading. So let's go. Oh, I want my dad's attention. Daddy, please give me attention. A lot of this is down to wanting some attention from his father. Harry's energy straight away, we have the Emperor in reverse. There has been numerous puff pieces leading up to this that the King, His Majesty King Charles III, is not answering the calls from Harry. It's going straight to voicemail via Johnny Thompson, probably. The Emperor in reverse, this is a big thing for Harry. There's some frustration there. There's a level of frustration. So we know that he talks a lot about how he is very wounded by his mother's passing. In that regard, so will William be. He is very, very big on that, but he's also now this enraged at his father. He wants his father's attention. The Page of Coins is crossing over. The Page of Pentacles is crossing over. When we're looking at energetic signatures, right? The Harkles' oldest child is meant to be a Taurian. So I use that as an indicator. Now, the Pentacles card is very much, it's an earth sign of Earth. It's an earth sign. So that would pick up a Taurus. So Archie. Earth signs Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. we already know that they have mentioned the children in this interview. So I feel like this in reverse, this is going to be this kind of like big pushback. We are not showing our children. We do not let our children online. We do not do this. Well, allegedly, recollections may vary how many there are and how they got here, but the children are meant to be 5 and 3 years old. Why would they be online? I don't have children, but when I go onto YouTube as a creator, I can set my content for suitable for children or suitable for only adults. And I set mine to only adults because of the stuff I talk about. There is a specific restrictions and apps and restrictions on apps you can get already with that sets everything for children. You can get it on the Amazon Watch if you log in Amazon Video. You can get it in Netflix. You can choose. You can set. There's child locks. There's locks on phones. There's a way to monitor phones. There's a way to monitor. There's a lots of stuff you can do to protect your child's safety online already. So they're kind of like weaving a narrative, which, don't get me wrong, there's some stuff that happens online to children which is completely disgusting and completely wrong, but they're kind of interweaving their narrative and their life story, and they're going to try and pin their position of concern on these families with the page of Pentacles crossing over, and they're going to try and use that as a rebuffer to why they would never see their kids, if that makes sense. Let's have a look and see what's above the situation. Justice. Oh, yes. Yes, they just want a fairer world for everyone. And what's underneath it? 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. Can you see that? Okay, there's the 10 of Pentacles. That's what's driving the situation. He is pretty much out of the royals. There is no protection there for him. He doesn't feel protected. He feels really vulnerable. The Justice card above, they want to be seen as being doing the right thing, seeking retribution, fair and balanced. Look at us. We are equally fair. We're steady-minded. We're going to do this. But underneath it all, you've got not only the page of Pentacles and crossing over, it's a deflection here. You have the Emperor in reverse. I would particularly like Daddy's attention. Why isn't Daddy speaking to me? And the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So that's denotes he's outside of a very wealthy, protected family. He may be having financial issues. This is part of a thing. 2 of Swords. Okay, the 2 of Swords is they were going to say something like they were forced to do this interview. I feel like Harry doesn't see any other option but to do this interview. This is his kind of way of conflating himself into the online space. So there's that. 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay. There's going to be some mention of his heritage and saying why I feel like they're going to say why they haven't got much of a social media presence because of the trolls. They're going to particularly draw that to his. There's going to be some interesting takes from Harry. I feel like he's very aware of his heritage, even though these cards indicate that the royal family don't want much to do with him at the minute, if at all. And he's doing deflection. So what he thinks he's going to say, like, oh, this is why we don't go online as much, or we're not online. They are online. They are just doom scrolling constantly, man. They never do anything. That's all they do. So the 4 of Swords there is there to say, this is my inheritance. This is where I come from. This is who I am. I am a prince, not by choice, but by birth. Well, that's how monarchies work, love. Do you know what I mean? It's just the 3 of Swords surrounding them. There is some hurt here. there is potentially some hurt that may come from this interview. What are they hoping for? There's the Nine of Pentacles. They are hoping and wanting to reintroduce Megzi as some kind of philanthropist, academic hero. This interview is more about repositioning themselves and putting Megzi as this kind of patron saint. That's what they're hoping for with the Nine of Coins. The Nine of Coins, of course, is this very bougie, very together, very beautiful lady, and she's very knowledgeable, and she's standing in this protected garden. She's got everything going on for her. She's really there. She's completely there. And that's what Megzi wants to be. That's what they're hoping for. What they're going to get, they're not going to get a change in the narrative. They're going to get stuck. They want to move their stuff on, and it's going to become very sticky for them, put it that way. With the Six of Swords in reverse, they're not very clever, not very clear on where they're going to navigate and where they're going to go to. The Knight of Cups coming in, I can sense we are going to be getting Riviera Orchard Scam Jam launching sooner rather than later there. Now, when you do reading for normal people, or even myself, or people who have got just very normal lives, these things can happen within. This position is 3 to 6 months. This position is 6 to 12 months. Because these people famous people tend to have more stuff happening to them and create more drama and create more nonsense. So I feel like there's the Knight of Cups there. We're going to be getting it sooner than 6 to 12 months. This kind of, look at us, we are being really successful. Look at us, I am here. This is my scam jam. They want us to be seen as like more like an emotionally kind of fun and relaxed, just good-hearted people, you know. So that would suggest that there was going to be a launch. They're not going to get away with what they say about the internet, though. There's going to be some issues, I feel. There is some hurts. Let's have a look and see where Megzi is with all of this. Okay. This is her way of defending herself. She feels very much attacked. This is her way of kind of going, right, I am going to defy you. I am challenging you. Let's do it. So this is her kind of squaring up to what she sees as attacks. Criticism stings for her. The Ace of Cups is crossing over. Okay, and it is in reverse. The Ace of Cups, when it is in reverse, this is very image. She's concerned about her image. There's this, she wants to be loved. The Ace of Cups, of course, is the card of potential gaslighting. Saying you're very spiritual when you're not. Saying you are full of love and you're not. And it's also unrequited love. She wants to be loved, but she doesn't. She would love to be loved, but most of the general public either think she's a non-entity, or there's a lot of people who think she's worse than Amber Heard. She wants to be loved. It's not coming. Okay, this is her start. This is her time to shine. She's hoping for some healing. She's hoping for some great things. But what do we have here? We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is, when I reading these cards, this is kind of like oppositional defiance disorder. I will defy you. I will be disruptive just because I can be. There's also an element with the Seven of Swords. There is an element of making a sacrifice, the sacrifice in your personality to to get on, in a sense, and that's in reverse. She's not going to. She can't see it. It's the narcissism, I guess. It's just the narcissism. She can't see what she's doing. What she's hoping for is this big, wonderful moment. Leading up to this, there has been fights. There has been a lot of fights with the Five of Wands there. There has been bickering between Megsy and Harry. I think Megsy's made Harry do this interview. That's interesting. They have been fighting about it. Let's have a look at what is coming up next. Knight of Wands. So Megsy is a Leo, so she's a fire sign. So she would come out as potentially the Knight of Wands or the Queen of Wands. She wants to be seen through a filter that she is like quite young and has a lot of things going on and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to get her pushing this kind of a young mom vibe, I feel, with the interview. Young mom. I'm a young mom. What's on her mind? We have got the Tower. What is going on right now? And there is the Emperor. We have a repeater here. The Emperor in reverse and the Tower. This could be an issue regarding Megsy's dad, and I really hope it is not. But this could be also be something that the king has done something. We have some wounding around Harry. He's like very hurt by it all. And we have the Emperor in reverse here. The Tower here, there is a disaster that is going on. We will find out about later. But I feel like in the run-up to this interview, happening right now, this week, it is the 1st of August, there is something going on. We may find out about it later, so put a pin in that. There's a Tower moment. The Emperor being in reverse surrounding, there's an element that Harry is bringing this interview about his father. We know that that's what's surrounding. There's hurt there for Megsy. So I wonder if something's going wrong with Netflix or American Beigera Abattoir or Lemonada or something. There's something amiss with this Tower there. Very amiss. What she's hoping for, we have got here the 8 of Wands. She wants a lot of energy, a lot of traction, a lot of puff pieces around this. She wants a lot of attention. Now, if we see Harry's interview with ITV the other week, he was that didn't get a lot of traction, you know. Usually it'd be headline news, absolutely headline news. And what they want to come for is they want to look like they are virtuous and they are outside of the royal family now. They are very much outside of the royal family. The Hierophant in reverse. I feel like Megsy, from the back of this interview, they're going to try and weave in a narrative about the royal family being complicit with some of their bigger critics online. And that will be coming. That's coming later on for Megsy. I feel like Harry will not give it up. He's stuck. He's just like, oh, can't move on from things. Here's another bit of a prediction. This interview was on Sunday. Buckle up, because their timing is horrific. Whenever they do interviews, whenever they do things, something major kicks off and completely overshadows it, unless they're going to fail, like the New York catastrophic car chase. I do believe that we're going to get something. They are kind of like, I don't know if there's going to be unrest in the UK. There's certainly been a lot of it this week. I don't know if there's going to be something kick off or more on the global stage or in a different country, but there will be a tendency to be overshadowed. The interview is going to be very much about Megsy and Megsy not wanting. Megsy wants to kind of boost herself from this. She's made up Harry's mind to do this. And the crux of the matter is Harry wants attention from his dear old dad. And Megsy wants a reset on her vibes. And they also want to finger point at the internet and go, oh, it's harmful. So, yeah. That is what I see in the cards, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've got any insights, if you want to add anything to the reading or take anything away from the reading. Just put it in the comments down below. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys taking your time out to watch my little channel. And I shall see you all really soon for some more readings. Take care of yourselves. Bye, everyone.